Hello guys, welcome to Synapse 101, your weekly dose of neurological teaching. This is part 3 of the lateral aspect of the gross cortical anatomy of the cerebral hemisphere. Today we will discuss the lateral aspect of the occipital lobe and the temporal lobe. To orient you first, this is the anterior aspect. And this is the posterior aspect of your right cerebral hemisphere. As we turn around the model, you can appreciate a sulcus here, which is actually your parieto-occipital sulcus that separates the parietal lobe anteriorly and the occipital lobe posteriorly. After which you can appreciate a trans-occipital sulcus. The occipital lobe has an occipital pole, at the back, which is designated as your Brodmann's area 17 and functions as the primary visual cortex. Around Brodmann's area 17 are 18 and 19 respectively, which are designated as your Visual Association Cortices. Let's go back to the lateral sulcus, which is also called your Sylvian fissure, that separates your frontal lobe, parietal lobe from your temporal lobe. There are 3 temporal gyri seen on the lateral aspect of the temporal lobe. Inferior to the lateral sulcus is the superior temporal gyrus. The Brodmann's area 41 and 42, which is also called as your Heschl gyrus, functions as the primary auditory cortex. As we turn on the left cerebral hemisphere, you can appreciate the Brodmann's area 22 here in the superior temporal gyrus of the left cerebral hemisphere, and this is actually your Wernicke area. This functions for language. A lesion on the Wernicke area would result into a Wernicke aphasia. After the superior temporal gyrus is your superior temporal sulcus. At the end of the superior temporal sulcus is the angular gyrus, which is designated as Brodmann's area 39. This is actually part of your inferior parietal lobule that is responsible for language, math, and cognition. Below the superior temporal sulcus is the middle temporal gyrus, after which is your inferior temporal sulcus, and inferior to that is your inferior temporal gyrus. So that completes the lateral aspect of the gross cortical anatomy of the cerebral hemisphere. Until the next video, guys.